Really excited about our game of the week because we all get to watch the return of the backyard brawl, Ephrata versus Cocalico. This special rivalry on the gridiron dates back decades and has been a back and forth affair between the two schools. The Eagles and Mounts are contesting the 60th showdown amongst the storied programs, with Ephrata enjoying the all-time series lead at 31-28. But recently, it has been Cocalico who has been dominating this rivalry. In fact, the Eagles have won 14 of the last 15 meetings against the Mounts. The final matchup between these two teams came all the way back in 2017 when Cocalico jumped all over Ephrata 84-7. Now, during the Eagles' 7-game win streak from 2011 to 2017 versus those Mounts, the average margin of victory has been 51.5 points per game. So you can see why this rivalry needed a little bit of a break for a while. But as fate would have it, we got an epic return to the backyard brawl last year in the postseason as Ephrata made their historic march through the District 3 playoffs, and Cocalico found themselves back in a familiar place.
So the Cocalico Eagles will be out to defend their District 3 5A crown at home next Friday night, and right now it is setting up to be a Cocalico Ephrata district final. The last report we had, it was Ephrata leading Hershey in the second half, late in that third quarter.
Ephrata is moving on. The storied season continues. Just how long can they continue it? The Mounts will play next week for a District 3 5A championship against Cocalico, and you'll be able to watch it on Blue Ridge 11 Sports next Friday.
Yeah, you better believe we had that game live on Blue Ridge 11 for everyone to enjoy from the Ephrata and Cocalico communities. So let's take a trip down memory lane, pull out the footage, relive last year's 5A District 3 championship clash between number 3 seed Cocalico and number 5 seed Ephrata.
District Gold is up for grabs tonight, and we've got a couple of friendly faces fighting it out in the finals. Ephrata is in the midst of the greatest season in school history, and they've got their eyes on the prize of a district trophy. Cocalico is the defending champ in 5A, and they get to defend that title on their own home turf. It's the biggest backyard brawl of them all as the Mounts take on the Eagles, and it's up next on Blue Ridge 11.
Cocalico earned home field advantage by being the higher seed in the first ever final showdown, and they tapped into the energy right away, taking the opening possession right down the field into the red zone. Mounts stalled the Eagles at the doorstep of scoring a touchdown. Cocalico kicked the field goal and led it 3-0. Later in the first quarter, Cocalico back in possession of the ball, but oops, fumble! Ephrata jumped on the loose ball, and just a play or two later, they ran the mother of all trick plays.
Double reverse, now a flea flicker. McCracken going long, wide open, his pouch, and he overthrew him.
If the Mounts complete that play, this entire game may have had a different outcome. Ephrata would have led it 7-3, and then we had ourselves quite a ball game. Instead, the pass fell incomplete. Cocalico gets the ball back again in the second quarter. Eagles quarterback Josh Meyer actually throws a pass to Aaron Longenecker and then hands it off to Longenecker, who runs it in for a 9-yard touchdown. Eagles ahead 9-0. After an Ephrata drive that led the Mounts down into the red zone but resulted in a missed field goal to keep Ephrata scoreless, Cocalico drives down the field with time winding down before the half. Meyer goes to the air again, which is a very rare thing for this Eagles squad. Meyer connects with Longenecker for a 24-yard TD, making it 16-0 Cocalico. One last drive for Ephrata, time ticking away before halftime. Mounts in survival mode at times, but they do get the ball down to the 2-yard line of Cocalico with only seconds left on the clock. So what do? Go for the touchdown? Kick it for points? Mounts elected to go for it. Eagles make the incredible goal line stop. No points for Ephrata. Cocalico led it 16-0 at the half. Ephrata came out looking to get on the scoreboard in the third quarter, moving down the field, but Sam McCracken's pass fell into the waiting arms of who else? Aaron Longenecker picked it off Eagles ball, and when a player like that is hot, you just keep feeding him the ball. Longenecker gets the rock again, powers it in from 24 yards out. Cocalico in total control, 23-zip. Ephrata would scratch back 9 points on the scoreboard, but Cocalico raises their 5th District 3 trophy by a score of 23-9. Huge rivalry win in the biggest game of the year. Now, just incredible set of circumstances that we got those two teams meeting for the first time ever in a District 3 title game. It had never happened before in all the years of these programs and all of District 3 playoffs. So now we can only hope that we get it sooner rather than much, much later in the future.